Hola amigos, mi nombre es Itzel Ortega y yo los quiero invitar a que todos los lunes en punto de las 5 de la tarde, a través de Canal 6 TV Cable Hidalguense, no se pierdan el programa Click 6.0, donde tenemos la mejor información al respecto de música, redes sociales y las mejores recomendaciones de cine. No te lo pierdas todos los lunes en punto de las 5 de la tarde, Click 6.0.
Gracias al turismo, nuestra cocina hoy es reconocida y apoyada.
Gracias al turismo, nuestras danzas hoy llegan a todo el país.
Gracias al turismo, tenemos apoyo para seguir bordando historias.
Resultados que transforman Hidalgo.
Los temas que impactan en nuestra sociedad, el análisis y la perspectiva de expertos, voces autorizadas que marcan rumbo y nutren la opinión. Si es importante, lo ponemos en la agenda.
Lo ponemos en la agenda con Juan Carlos Santamaría, viernes 8 de la noche.
Donde antes había polvo, hoy hay carreteras. Donde no llegaba el agua, hoy tenemos mayor cobertura. Hoy en Hidalgo, más de 1,245 kilómetros rehabilitados, agua para millones y espacios públicos renovados. Resultados que transforman Hidalgo.
TV Cable Hidalguense presenta
Tell me how you start with this world of the music.
Well, I mainly started doing theater, and I did theater for most of my childhood and early adult years, and played music alone in my room, and just wanted to explore that avenue as well. So I started doing open mics in Chicago, and then soon after that just happened to be moving to Paris and really continued it more here in Paris. So I always had a performance background, but it's been about 5 years that I've been pursuing music as well.
Well, and you were in the musical theater or in general in the...
Oh, I did mostly just like classic theater, mostly American classics and some other classics as well. And then, yeah, and I always wrote a lot of poetry and I wrote a lot of stories. So I started putting that to music, as I also played guitar since I was a kid, but didn't really perform it in front of people. But now I've been far more interested in that than I used to be.
So I understand for what you're saying, you're a songwriter.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So because I heard that you start with the poetry and then I heard that you start placing music to those poetry.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So I feel like it's kind of poetry set to music or stories to music.
So I imagine that you as a female artist represent with your songs any sector. I suppose that there is a public that is represented with your songs. Which public do you think that feels represented with your songs, with your lyrics?
Sorry, you broke up a little bit. Which poet did you say? Which poet?
That which people do you think that feels represented with your lyrics, with your songs?
I mean, I've loved to write about everybody. Sometimes I'm writing about myself, sometimes about people that are inspired by friends of mine or inspired by things that I see happen on the train or out and about. So I feel like it's kind of, I write often surrealistic music that talks about hyper realistic things. So it's, I feel like it can speak to everyone. Every song might mean something a little different to someone, and maybe it means something different than what my intention was in writing it, but it's very day-to-day based and kind of inspecting the day-to-day life.
Okay, great. Another question that we used to do to all the artists that we have here is um, we we usually used to have the people from Latin America, and the reality in Latin America is that it is very hard to the female artist to have a career here in Latin America. How is it different in your countries, in I don't know, in USA, in Europe? It is easier, or it's also a journey that it is hard?
I think it definitely is more difficult as a woman in the business than a man, because I think there's just an extra layer of uh, what you have to go through to have respect, or to be taken seriously. There's been a lot of times where I felt that I was not being treated the way I saw some of my male friends or male bands be treated, because it seemed like a just man woman thing. So I think it's more difficult to really take the stage in the world as a woman.
I will try to translate a little for our public. So, yo le preguntaba de que la mayor de las veces tenemos aquí artistas de América Latina y creeríamos que en otros países como en Europa, como en Estados Unidos, quizá el camino es más sencillo y es lo que le preguntaba y ella me decía que en realidad pues sigue siendo difícil, que es más difícil para las mujeres que te tomen con respeto, que te tomen con seriedad. Así que no es algo que pasa solamente aquí en América Latina, es algo que está pasando en el mundo. And by the way, we started this program, Ella Suena, because in the world, less than 20% of all the music industry are female artists. So yes, we think that it is a problem that happens, or a challenge that it is happening all around the world. But what we hope that we are helping a little bit, at least to reduce this gender gap. So we will see your video. I don't know if you could say something about the video. If you could introduce the video about what is the song, what do you felt of selecting that song for being shared today? Could you tell us something about your song?
Are you gonna, is it Buncha Muncha Crunch Munch? Is that the video?
Yeah, that will be, yes.
Cool. Well, it's kind of a song where it doesn't have one global meaning, but kind of each section talks about its own thing, but a lot of the themes in it are just trying to get through a day, trying to handle your vices and your little things that keep you from getting things done, or trying to be on the mark, and just kind of sliding into different avenues of how you handle your day. So kind of fighting against the vices and the barriers that they can put up.
Okay. Once that you give this introduction, I am more eager to watch the video. So let's see Sofia Lucia with her video, Boncha Moncha Croncha. Yeah.
Buncha Muncha Crunch Munch.
Okay, let's see her video here in Ella Suena TV.
First sip, first bite, first kiss, first break of light through the window at the sleepover when I wanted to go home all night. I am certain that I am right, and what scares me is that all those crazy other motherfuckers are certain that they are right too. Black and white turns black and blue, and I know we're all keeping score. I'm just not sure what for. Inside your bedroom, we stopped counting the days lost in the rhythm.
¿Te gustaría saber más sobre los dinosaurios? ¿Cuándo llegaremos al planeta Marte? ¿Qué rumbo tomará la inteligencia artificial? La respuesta a esta y otras preguntas, descúbrelas en Ciencia Ficción todos los jueves en punto de las 16 horas a través de la señal de TV Cable Hidalguense Canal 6. Te esperamos.
Donde antes había polvo, hoy hay carreteras. Donde no llegaba el agua, hoy tenemos mayor cobertura. Hoy en Hidalgo, más de 1.245 kilómetros rehabilitados, agua para millones y espacios públicos renovados. Resultados que transforman Hidalgo.
La cultura solo habita en los que aman la belleza. Y para que ames el arte que llevas dentro, traemos solo lo mejor de música, cine, teatro, pintura, orígenes y mucho arte urbano. Te esperamos todos los miércoles en punto de las 4 de la tarde por la señal de TV Cable Hidalguense Canal 6. Culturízate con Urbania, diversidad mental.
Gracias al turismo, nuestra cocina hoy es reconocida y apoyada.
Gracias al turismo, nuestras danzas hoy llegan a todo el país.
Gracias al turismo, tenemos apoyo para seguir bordando historias.
Resultados que transforman Hidalgo.
Do you speak Spanish?
Un poquito español.
Okay.
No.
No, because in Barbados they speak in English.
They speak English in Barbados, yes, please.
Yes, in Barbados. Okay. Rihanna is from Barbados, yes? Or
Rihanna
no?
is from Barbados, yes. I live on the same street as Rihanna, actually.
Okay.
We're in the neighborhood. But yes, they speak English, and also it's like a Bayesian dialect.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me, I will repeat some of the questions, and one is this, that if it's easier on the English, on the countries that have English as native language, it is easier for the women to work in the music industry, or is as hard as it happens on Latin America?
You know, I haven't been to Latin America as yet, so I really can't compare it from any personal experience. But, you know, I would say that I've grown up in Australia. I've lived in 26 different countries around the world. I've been in the Caribbean for the last 3 years. So in my experience, even though it might be different situation or circumstances for women in different cultures and countries and backgrounds, I think globally there is a deficit of female sound across the planet, where women are underrepresented. Often, you know, when you look at the lineups for festivals or major events that are coming out, often there's, you know, maybe 10% representation, if you're lucky, that are women. So yeah, unfortunately, it is still difficult for women in a lot of places all around the world, in terms of having those opportunities to take up space and to be represented. And as Sophia mentioned before, there's also a lot of issues that come with being a woman in the music industry. Often you're out late at night in bars or clubs or music venues. And, you know, there has been an experience for me as well in terms of being maybe undermined or spoken over, or you're often in male-dominated environments as well. So I think for us as women, having a voice and being able to be taken seriously and to be respected in those professions, it is sometimes still, you know, a struggle.
Wow. Well, something similar was what Sophia told us, that even in some other countries, even in Europe, in the USA, it was hard. Yeah, and as as many of the artists that are here, there's always someone that helps. It could be a father, it could be a mother, but how was it for you? How you started? If you have support from one special person, how was it for you?
I think my journey with music was quite unique in the sense that I left home very young. So I left home at the age of 14. And from this age, I was traveling a lot with a guitar. I started out busking on the
Very young.
streets and, singing. And I hitchhiked around Australia and also did the same through Canada and America and different countries through Europe. So for many years of my youth, I was traveling and performing and was very solo in that journey. It wasn't until I was in my early 20s when I moved back to Australia. I started studying and, really linking in with a community and getting to know, a support base and a network of community where I was in Australia, and I joined a few different bands. I used to sing with a band called Soul Nation, which was like an Afro-Cuban samba reggae band in Australia. So yeah, starting to join bands and meet like-minded people, I think was a really pivotal part of my journey. And even here, moving to Barbados in the Caribbean, I feel very loved and supported and embraced by the community here and by the culture here and the arts scene in general. So I think that community is a really big key element. As you said, sometimes there's a parent or a father or something, but I think that, we don't always have those figures around us, but we can create those relationships and those connections
Friends.
with our community, the network. Yes.
The network, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's very interesting all what you're sharing with us, because I don't imagine it was very young, 14. I understand, right? Yes, for 14 years, and you traveled in Canada, in US, also in many places of Australia, in Europe. Well, that's amazing, and I imagine that your music must have this multicultural experience.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if I was to describe my music and who it connects with, I would say that it's quite universal and it's quite global. And I think being somebody who has lived within so many different cultural frameworks and different countries and within different, traditions and things like that, my music is a real fusion of so many, of soul, of hip hop, of reggae. I'm even doing some Afrobeat stuff. Um, and there's so many different styles and genres that I've explored in my career as well. So I feel like my sound has a universal quality, that it has a capacity to connect with people of all countries, colors, cultures, races, creeds, genders. It kind of, music is healing like that. It breaks the barriers, and it goes straight to the heart and straight to the soul. So yeah.
So we are just to watch your video, Real Women Music. Yeah,
Real
that's
Woman.
the name of Woman Music. That's the name of the song.
It's just called Real Woman. It's the song
Real
that I
Woman.
just released. Yeah.
Okay, what could we expect from this video, or what are we going to watch? Because as it happened with Sophia, if you explain us a little bit, we could enjoy or could see some details that if we don't have information, maybe it's more difficult.
Sure. This song, it feels like an anthem for women all around the world. And it's really just about claiming my identity or our identity as women and feeling proud of being able to take up space as women. And as I shared before, often it's a struggle for women to be taken seriously, particularly feminine women, to be taken seriously and to be respected and to be seen as credible and to have a voice. And so this song is really about embracing femininity and taking up space unapologetically with that, and knowing that, our voices are important. Our feminine leadership is so essential and so needed on the planet right now. And so, yeah, I feel that this song is really just about claiming that for ourselves.
Okay, let's watch Real Woman from Catimoni from Barbados. Yes? Okay, let's watch. Okay, I'm sorry, I have a problem with the video. Let me see if I could solve it. Okay, I think I solved it. So here is.
I don't need your validation for my self-esteem. I got everything that I need right inside of me. I'm an educated woman. I can make my own decisions. Don't need your unsolicited opinions. If you can't understand the meaning of no, I won't compromise my boundaries just to flatter your ego. My body belongs to me, and I don't owe you. Shh. I'm a real woman, from my head to my toes. I'm a real woman. I do what I choose. I'ma tell you what I think. Ain't holding back, 'cause I'm a real woman. I'm a real woman. And I ain't sorry for that. I ain't gonna laugh at your misogynistic joke. Ain't gonna excuse your behavior, 'cause you really a good bloke. I'm calling it out when you're crossing the line, and I won't tolerate being undermined. I won't apologize for taking up space, being too much, too loud, or too opinionated. My voice matters, my experience is valid, and I don't even need to explain it. I'm a real woman, from my head to my toes. I'm a real woman. I do what I choose. I'ma tell you what I think. Ain't holding back, 'cause I'm a real woman. I'm a real woman. And I ain't sorry for that. I'm a real woman, from my head to my toes. I sharp like a thorn, yeah, I sweet like a rose. Don't need your permission, I make my decision. You better step up, 'cause this queen on a mission to go straight to the top where I belong. Waving my flag, yeah, singing my song. Don't think 'cause we soft that it mean we ain't strong. Feminine energy turned on. I'm a real woman, and I ain't sorry for that.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
Congratulations, Sophia, Lucia. What could you say to Catimoni?
I mean, of course, the message is beautiful, and I love that you're very straight to the point. Just kind of like what you had said, that you thought that my stuff was blunt. I feel like what you're saying is very blunt and to the point, also in a very sweet way, and the melody is very sweet. So I like that juxtaposition of telling it like it is, but also having this fun, like easy breezy dance kind of reggae, kind of soul music behind it. I love the outfits. I thought all the outfits were fabulous. And your voice is beautiful. So it really, I love that it's truly a fusion of so many different things. It's not quite reggae, it's not quite soul, it's not quite hip hop, but all of those things coming together. I thought it was just a powerful message with a really beautiful, like kind of you want to groove to kind of song. So and I love that you had such diversity and this like sisterhood presented within it of everybody just seemingly being supportive and feeling good about being a woman and loving each other and themselves. So I thought it was really a beautiful song and video.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for that reflection.
Congratulations. I love it. And also the people that are watching us here is Samantha that says that it is very cool. Here is Andrea. She's our host. She's the one that was supposed to be in my place. And she says, sorry that she's not here, but she's watching and enjoying. And here is also Aidan says, beautiful songs. Wow, very cool. And he also says that the rhythm is very contagious. Silvestre, he gives us claps. Also, Noemi loves it. They talk about the rhythm also, Santiago. So congratulations. And as you presented the song, I remember a short from Pixar. I don't know if you have watched it. Is named Pearl or something like that, and is the story of one. It's represented by an object, but it is like this story of the women that try to feel or act like man, so that they could be accepted. And I love the message that you're saying, that the women they don't need to be like men to be accepted, and they don't need to be in the industry of music, because it's something that happens a lot. The Cynthia, our leader of Ella Suena, she's a drummer, and many years we think that that we were helping her when we say, look, she could play like a man, and she doesn't have to play like a man. She has to play well to play in a good level, but as a woman, I think that that's a mistake, and that's uh, the reason that I really enjoyed that message that you are delivering with your song. I don't know if, sorry if my English is not good enough, but I hope that I could.
No, thank you so much. I really appreciate that reflection, and I think that it's something that we've perhaps all experienced, is receiving those compliments that you think is a compliment, but it comes across in a way. And I think that for a lot of women, it's like we are kind of like, well, why is man the default for greatness that we should strive to be like? I actually love taking up space as a woman, and I can sing and play as a woman, and I think that that's something that I'm particularly passionate about, not just in my music, but also I'm a coach and a facilitator. I run programs for women around embodying their feminine leadership and their feminine power as well.
Please, only wait me a second, because I will try to translate for the people. A lot of the people that are watching the program, they are Spanish speakers, native Spanish speakers. Acabamos de hablar con Katimoni de que su canción habla mucho de que las mujeres puedan estar orgullosos de ser femeninas, de tener roles que no se parezcan al de los hombres. Entonces hablamos de este tema de que a veces creemos que, y en especial en la industria de la música, que el que una mujer pueda tocar como un hombre o pueda, ejecutar como lo hacen los hombres es algo que es valioso, y la realidad es que no tiene que ser así, ni siquiera tiene que, decía Katimoni, ¿no? ¿Por qué tenemos que definir la grandeza en términos de qué tanto te pareces a un hombre? y eso es lo que nos encanta de Ella Suena, que tenemos estas voces desde Barbados, desde Estados Unidos, ahora desde París, que nos hacen abrir los ojos y poder ver que el mundo no tiene que girar como gira en el mundo de los hombres para tener éxito, ¿no? Thank you very much. I try to do a resume. And all the programs, we have also a message from one leader, because we are working so that every time we have more women in the music industry, but we don't want only women in music industry. We also want them as engineers, or mathematicians, on science, on technology, and that's the reason all of the programs have one leader, that the leader is from any subject. They are not from music. So I
Inside your bedroom, we stopped counting the days, lost in the rhythm.
Una producción de TV Cable Hidalguense, Canal 6.
¿Qué tal, amigos del Zoom de los espectáculos? Yo soy Fátima del Campo y les quiero hacer una invitación todos los viernes en punto de las 4 a su programa, donde les vamos a presentar a solistas, bandas, artistas independientes de todos los géneros musicales. Así que tenemos una cita todos los viernes en punto de las 4 de la tarde.
Somos un gobierno con principios y con causas. Nos guían las grandes culturas originarias, nuestra historia y la máxima de que por el bien de todas y todos, primero los pobres. Seguir disminuyendo la pobreza con prosperidad compartida. Gobernamos con honestidad y amor al pueblo. Hoy México es más libre, soberano, justo y democrático, con mejores salarios, programas de bienestar e inversión. El país tiene rumbo. Con principios y honestidad, la transformación avanza.
Primer informe.
La salud no es un negocio, es un derecho universal de calidad y gratuito. Este año terminamos 31 hospitales, 12 centros de salud y estamos equipando 256 quirófanos. Iniciamos la construcción de 20 hospitales y estamos entregando medicamentos a todos los rincones del país. Además, personas con discapacidad, adultas mayores, reciben salud casa por casa. Con honestidad y trabajo, la transformación avanza.
Primer informe.
El sello de la Cuarta Transformación es la justicia social. El dinero que antes se robaba no llega directo al 82% de las familias. Ya son derechos constitucionales la pensión adulto mayor, el apoyo a personas con discapacidad, la beca universal para preparatoria pública, el apoyo al campo y muchos otros. Y hay 3 nuevos programas. Pensión para mujeres de 60 a 64, becas para estudiantes de secundaria pública y salud casa por casa. Somos un gobierno para el pueblo, por eso la transformación avanza.
Primer informe.
Donde antes había polvo, hoy hay carreteras. Donde no llegaba el agua, hoy tenemos mayor cobertura. Hoy en Hidalgo, más de 1,245 kilómetros rehabilitados, agua para millones y espacios públicos renovados. Resultados que transforman Hidalgo.
Gracias al turismo, nuestra cocina hoy es reconocida y apoyada.
Gracias al turismo, nuestras danzas hoy llegan a todo el país.
Gracias al turismo, tenemos apoyo para seguir bordando historias.
Resultados que transforman Hidalgo.